don't come and find me if you don't get the grants. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a minute. I haven't posted a video since last month. I know I said I was gonna start posting more content, more live videos, yada yada yada. You know what I realized about this YouTube thing? Don't believe promises. I feel like it's just better to post content when you're feeling it, because I rather just post content when I'm actually feeling it and produce, you know, good content than just be forcing myself and then be doing fake pranks and cool just for views. That's not me. All right, let's get into the video. So recently I actually posted on LinkedIn that I got 2 scholarships from the University of Leicester, which actually helped me immensely on my academic journey. I felt that, you know, I was getting so many different messages about, you know, how did I apply for the grant? What did I write in the grant? Where do I find the grants? All these questions about grants and applications. And it made me think, you know what, like in my undergraduate career, I actually thrived off of grant and bursary applications. Like anybody that knows me knows I'm gonna apply for a grant. So that's what this video is going to be about today. Tips and tricks on how to apply for a bursary. All right, so quick disclaimer before we start this video. Don't come and find me if you don't get the grants. No, but I'm actually being so dead ass. Like, I'm just giving you guys tips and tricks that have worked. I cannot believe this. Can you leave my video? Leave my video.
Leave my video. Thank you.
But yeah, that's the disclaimer. Don't come for me if you don't get the grant. Don't kick yourself down. Don't kick me down because I'll kick you out. Just, yeah. Let's get into the video for real now. Alright, the first tip or trick or whatever is going to sound extremely basic, but common sense is not very common. Read the description. Read the grant description. If the grant description does not apply to you, do not apply. Like, well, I wouldn't say do not apply, but like if it really don't belong to you, don't. If it's saying, okay, this grant is for engineering students and you're in arts, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to me. I don't want to fail you, so don't do it to yourself. So please read the description. Make sure you fit at least, I don't know, if there's 5 requirements, try to fit at least 3 out of 5. If the grant just says, okay, if you meet at least one of these requirements, then that's cool. But try to make sure that the grant actually aligns with who you are and what you're applying for. Like, try to make sure that it's actually, there's a possibility that you will actually get it, just based off of the requirements. A lot of people think, oh, free money, right? And they just get straight into it. They don't even read the requirements. They just get straight into answering the questions, and they get sad when they don't get the results that they want. And it's like, what did you expect? Okay, it was never for you. But yeah, like read the requirements. Cannot stress that enough. Number 1. Okay, number 2, keep it personal. Like, definitely keep it personal. I said personal. Keep it personal and keep it you. Be true to yourself. A lot of people get grant applications and they want to lie and make up stories and be telling that the dragon slayed their mother, and that's why their mother needs money. And remember, the Lord is watching you. It's just too much, and I'm so sorry, but they will see through the crap. Like, stop lying. Just talk about your own personal experiences. Make it you. Make it distinct. Make it original. Like, let the person that's reading your grant really understand the reasons as to which you need the money, the grant or the bursary. And even if it's not a need but a want, talk about your experiences and volunteer opportunities, or just basically your life, I guess your life journey, or, you know, different milestones that have brought you to this space and how you're going to use that money to continue. I'm going to talk more about like an academic grant in this video. So for instance, in an academic grant, usually they want to know that the money that they're giving you is helping you to support in your, I guess, academic improvement or your journey, so and so forth. If you've already paid your tuition, whatever, you know, financials for the academics is fine. You could still talk about external things such as rent, groceries, life in general. Like, having money, for instance, to spend time with your friends on the weekend is very vital and important to your academic performance, in my opinion. I feel like you need to have a good balance within life and schoolwork. So you could talk about the ways that the grant can help you with the basic life necessities, such as paying your bills, seeing your friends, watching a good movie. all of these contribute to your life as a student, and making those elements present within your grant application is very important, because not only is it important to be able to pay your tuition or pay for your books, but it's also important that you are overall, you know, having a great experience as a student. And I feel like that will give you another edge or leverage within a grant application. And those are things that I've used in the past grant applications that have actually helped me succeed in landing grants and scholarships. So I hope that kind of helps. All right, so number 3 is very similar to number 2 with being personal, but number 3 is back it up. Back it up, 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 or whatever that song is. Maybe I'll find it, put it in it. If I don't, this will be very awkward. But back it up. Like, you can't say, I'm sorry, like some people actually cap, bro. Like some people be lying on their grant applications. Like some people be like, oh, I never had nothing, blah, 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 blah. But you can't back it up. Like, not that you have to back up, or not that you always have to provide evidence for needing money. You know what I mean? Like some people be like, oh, proof, that's why you need the money. It's like, my bank account is literally saying 0. Should I just screenshot that? But there's other ways that you can back up what you want to talk about. So for instance, there's a grant application that I wrote, or a bursary application that I wrote in university that was just like a needs-based grant, and I talked about the fact that I was juggling 1 to 2 jobs while taking on 6 courses. As a student, you know, not all students can do that, and yes, I may just have good organizational skills, but being able to not have to work 2 jobs or a job in general and focus solely on my education will probably improve my ability to get, you know, better grades. I said, you know, balancing all of these different responsibilities and roles can sometimes be a stressor in focusing on my education, and that is why this grant will alleviate, I think that's the word, I'm trying to sound smart here, either alleviate the burdens of having to focus on money and focus more on your education. But yeah, something along those lines will definitely help secure your points and backing up your claim that, okay, this is why I need it because it's gonna help me do this, or this is why I need it because I'm gonna feel like this after getting it, this is why I need it because I'll be able to do this. So just try to back it up with something tangible. And even though the grant may be 100 or 100,000, you want to let the grant checkers, is it grant checkers? I don't know their name. You want to let the person that is accepting the grant know that their money is going towards a sustainable development, a sustainable cause. So not just letting them know that, hey, like, I'm gonna use this to buy chips and drinks and lounge on my bed, thank you. No, like, you want to let them know that, hey, I'm gonna use this money, I'm probably gonna save it, I'm gonna use it towards my rent for the next month, I'm gonna use it towards my groceries for the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna use it for this, I'm gonna use it for that. Whatever you need to use it for, you don't need to justify, in a sense, what you need to use it for, because at the end of the day, if you need money, you need money. You need the bread, you need bread. But just letting them know that they are giving the money to something that is going to be sustainable, that's something that's going to help you flourish, is very good. And I feel like that's a great addition to add to your grant application. Okay. Why do guys take pictures like this? Or is it this? Anyways, number 4. Number 4. Okay, so number 1, let's say with us again, read the grant application. Number 2, make it personal. Number 3, back it up. Number 4 is making sure you have enough time to apply for the scholarship or grant. A scholarship grant can be looked at as like an assignment. I'm sorry, yes, it is. It's an assignment. It takes a lot of work. You need to have a draft, you need to have somebody look over it, and you need to apply on time, and sometimes even a little bit earlier. Personally, for me, whenever I see something, I tend to do it right away, because I know that if I procrastinate on it, it's just gonna be longer. Or if I know that I have time to do it in that moment, I'll just do it right away. But if I'm giving advice to other people, I would say scheduling time to literally work on it. To write a good scholarship or grant, I think it should take you about 2 hours. Yes, I know that sounds like a lot, but it should really take you about 2 hours in the whole month. So let's say it's November 1st, you have a scholarship or grant that's due November 30th. 2 hours in the entire month to write that scholarship or grant will give you a better success rate, in my opinion. If you spend 5 to 10 minutes just reading about the grant, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes researching what the grant is for, where's the grant coming from, what university, what organization is giving this grant, why they have to offer it. Search everything, literally just do your search. Then a couple minutes here and there to start a draft, start an introduction sentence, or start trying to like think about the ways that you can answer the questions in point form, so you can create topic sentence for yourself, and then that way you can use it to create your actual essay or your grant submission, because I know a lot of them do ask for like a 1 page or like 250 words or 500 words, 1,000, whatever it is. You need time to create a draft for it. Creating a draft can take, I don't know how many minutes or whatever that you guys want to spend on it. Personally, for me, I'll spend about 20 to 30 minutes. When things come to my head, I just quickly write them down. Like, I could be in the middle of class and I could be like, I should add this in my grant application, and I'll quickly just write it down in my notes. When I get home, I'll try to integrate it into my larger paragraph. Don't want to be rushing on the day of, unless you have, you know, there's been times where I have rushed and quickly applied for a grant like within a day, and it's because I've already written so many grants in the past that I can take pieces of my other grants and jumble it up and create a grant application. But for beginners who, if it's your first time writing a grant or first time writing a successful grant and have not received a successful grant in the past, I would definitely advise you to take your time, make sure you have a draft, read it over, ask your friends to read it over, family members. If you're more confidential, you like to keep things to yourself, honestly, read it out loud, because sometimes, you know, it sounds sweet. You feel like you're spitting bars. It sounds sweet in your head. Go ahead and say it out loud. You're missing commas, you're missing periods, you're missing words, you're missing letters. You don't want to be that person, okay? You know, nobody wants to be reading something that they have to dissect. They want to just read it smoothly. So make sure you have enough time to write your grant application and enough time to edit it, maybe even once or twice. Trust me, by the first edit, you already realize. By the second edit, you'll be like, damn, I'm so glad I did not submit that first edit. You never want to be rushing into applying for things. And it just makes you more calm and gives you peace of mind. So take your time, make sure you have enough time, put it in your calendar, book some time, book a meeting with yourself to work on your grant, but make sure you have time to write your grant application. You do not want to be submitting a grant application very last minute, especially if it's something that needs a lot of attention or detail, or if it's something that's like, I don't know, I don't care what it is. Take your time, make time for it and write it. Don't leave it to the last moment. You know, some people are really good procrastinators and they can do it to the last moment, even though we're still human and there's so many ways we can make mistakes. So even if you're that procrastinating, you leave it to the last minute, in that very moment, if you do have any time, read it over 1 to 2 times to make sure grammatical errors are fixed, or just that, you know, it just flows in general, you know. But yeah, that was number 4. All right, and we are at number 5. I think I'm gonna keep it at 5, maybe 6, who knows. But number 5 for sure, do not be lazy. Okay, don't be lazy. Don't be that lazy person. Yes, I know grants can be very tedious and time consuming, but if you actually take your time to write it, you'll realize that it only took you 1 to 2 hours in the entire month. In a seating, if you just sit down and write something, it'll take you about 30 minutes to an hour to edit, to review. Like I mentioned before, don't want to sound redundant, but don't be lazy. Write the grants, because there are a million other lazy people in this world that are also not writing the grants, which then increases your chances of actually receiving the grant. If only 5 people apply for a grant, you're only against 4 other people. But if 100s and 200s and 300s are applying for the grant, then you're against 300 people. So you need to think of it as, okay, if I'm being a lazy person right now, if me myself, I'm being lazy and I cannot write a couple of words, there are probably other people out there that are also lazy and cannot write a couple of words. So you know what, I'm gonna write it. Like, that is literally my thought process. Like, sometimes I'm like, this grant application is looking too much, but I'm like, yo, there's so many people that think the exact same way, and there's so many people that are like, oh, this is too much, this is too long, I don't have time for this, please, you know, I'll do the next one. And that is fine, because I will gladly take it from you, baby. I will write it. Thank you. You know what's right? Thank you. Thank you. Competition, get out of my way. But yeah, it just increases your probability of getting the grant. So don't be lazy. I beg you, do not be lazy. Apply for every and any grant you can. Like, this is literally free money, like free money raining and pouring down. Like, can you imagine? Like, don't be that person. Like, just apply for the grant. Like, yes, it might be tedious, it might be long, it might be this, but would you rather have spent 2 hours and received hundreds and thousands of dollars, minimum $500, and not have done anything at all and not have gotten anything? Like, you might as well. It's a chance you just have to take. But if you do write your grant properly, use some of the tips that I've given you, and maybe research some other tips and do things that work for you, there's a huge chance that you will get the grant, and the time that you spent on it will not go in vain. So please do not be lazy. Apply for the grant. Apply for it. But yeah, I hope this video was extremely helpful. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything, please feel free to email me. I'll put my email in the description below. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if you want to have a one-on-one meeting with me, if you want me to look over your grant. This is not a free service that everybody can now start messaging me and bombarding my messages, but I am very nice, and I will look over it for you, and I will give you any tips, tricks, any feedback that you may need. I'm not an expert. I'm not a grant writer. That is not my job. I'm just giving you guys any, I guess, tips and tricks that just worked for me in the past, and I just feel like, yeah, hopefully it can work for you. And yeah, after watching this video, if you do end up getting a grant, please message me. I want to, you know, jump and dance and share your successes with you. But yeah, that brings me to the end of my video. Please comment, like, subscribe, share, everything that you can do there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into my video. If you stay till the end, love. And yeah, I catch you guys in my next video. Bye.